everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing wonderful. It is Friday evening, and this is definitely a coffee vlog. I was supposed to have surgery today. I went to the hospital this morning. I got there about 9ish, a little before that, I guess, and my appointment was for 9:30. I didn't get taken back till after 10, about 10ish maybe. And then they had me change and all that, and then I waited about 10-15 minutes, and the nurse came back, set up the IV, checked my blood pressure and all the stuff, and the computer wouldn't work. She had to restart it a couple of times to get all the questions that they need to ask and all of that stuff. Well, one of the questions was about the medication. I didn't take any of the medication today. I hadn't eaten since yesterday at 5. Everything was after, not to eat or drink after midnight. And not to take any medication today, especially like blood thinners, diabetic medication, all that kind of stuff, right? So I told her, well, I don't take diabetic medication every day. I take it once a week, and I took it Saturday. It hasn't been a week. So, because mine is one that is, stays in the system, I guess, they called anesthesia, so I had to wait for a while for that to happen. And then he came in and he gave me some options and told me because this procedure will require general anesthesia. So I'd have to be, more heavily sedated than just the type that I've tried before, which was conscious anesthesia, which is just like, oh, the box almost fell and the cat got up. Anyway, which is just like a lower dose of anesthesia that you stay awake for, right? Well, they said that's because it's painful, more painful or whatever. You need a heavier sedation. So my options were I could try it. The problem was because I get GI issues with my medication, and I don't know if this is going to be true just all across the board, because I do have stomach issues sometimes anyway, but not like I do with the medication, I guess. So they would have had to put a tube down my throat, because if something were to happen, like if I'd have done it today and something were to happen with the GI issues, I could aspirate, I think that's the word that they used. And when you're asleep, you're not controlling your lungs, that whole thing. So they would have to do that. And he's like, that's just not, first of all, I don't want to be put to sleep, and then to have a tube down my throat, that was just not, And the other option was if I didn't put the tube down my throat and something were to happen, and that I would aspirate, then I could end up in the hospital with pneumonia and, all that kind of stuff, right? So I just made the decision to reschedule because I would rather just do that and be safe and just quit, stop the medication for a week, or I think it's a week only. And it's a lot to do with these medications are newer because they cause GI issues. It's just that type of thing. And because it's not an emergency type of surgery, it's like, it's considered elective, but it's something that I need to do, I guess. But I prayed and I prayed, and of course, thank you guys for praying. And I, pray that whatever was going to happen was going to happen, and if, it was meant to be, that it would be easy and nothing was down in the way of it. And so I totally forgot about the medication. I don't remember if they told me anything about that. I remember them telling me not to eat and not taking medication the day of and all that stuff. I don't remember them telling me to stay a week off the Mounjaro. They might have, but I don't know. Brain fog, all the stuff. And I didn't, if they told me, it was probably at a time that I wasn't around to write it down or to tell my husband or somebody with me to remind me. So now I know. Now I know everything that I went in there. I think I needed that. I think I needed to go in and kind of like know what was happening exactly, because I wasn't sure. They said there's a choice of anesthesia, but they're not giving me a choice necessarily. It's just general anesthesia. So I don't know. I guess it's because of the type of procedure. So here I am. I think I Was there for a total of like 2.5 hours all together. A lot of that was waiting and waiting and waiting. But, God has a plan, and maybe this just wasn't the right time. I don't know. Um, but it's fine. It wasn't, it was like a waste in a way of a trip because we live out in Glorieta, which is to get to where I needed to be. It's like on the other end of Santa Fe. So it's like a good 25-ish minutes or so, maybe 30 to get there. Excuse me. See, this is the problem with this medication. I sometimes get sometimes I get acid reflux, but most of the time it's nausea, bloating, and sulfur burps. These are just regular burps, thank God, which is still TMI, I know. But just I kind of want to give some of the details about this type of medication because I know a lot of people are using the Ozempics and all that. I use Mounjaro, and the only reason is because my blood sugars kept going higher and higher and higher. I couldn't do what I normally did. I was doing everything like I used to bring it down, and nothing was working. Every time I went for those, I think it was 3 tests that I did, it just went, like, it started off like an 8, almost an 8, I guess, and I had never had it that high that I could remember, and it went all the way up to a 9.3 or 9.5-ish, somewhere around there. Nothing was working. So that's why I chose to try Trulicity first. Is what they did. They tried doing Ozempic. Insurance didn't pay for it. They went to Trulicity because that one got paid for because Mounjaro didn't get paid for the first time either. Trulicity did. I was sick for 3 months. I know that there are people out there who are doing this. Shh, it's okay. It's okay, girl. It's okay, boy. People are doing this for weight loss. I can understand if you are obese. Okay. Like my highest weight was 250. I am now at 185. So as I was saying, my highest weight was at 250. Now, I never wanted to do any of like the weight loss drugs and stuff like that because there's so many side effects to these things that I really don't like it. I don't like taking medication, period. I have a really hard time with it, and when they change my medication or give me something new, I'm just like, no thank you, I don't want to. And it takes me a minute to like really get to take it. It's a lot. It's really hard for me. So hold on just a minute. Okay, have the microphone, everything was turned around because everything fell over. So anyway, like I said, I can understand, like, even at the weight I was, I could still move around a little. I mean, I have a lot of pain due to arthritis and degenerative disc disease and fibromyalgia. So I can understand at those weights being at a certain point where it's really difficult for you to lose the weight, or there's other health issues that are causing you to gain weight and not be able to lose the weight. And you've tried everything from working out, doing diet wise and all of that stuff. But knowing what I know now and the side effects of this stuff. Now, granted, I'm going to say that I thank God that it has worked to get my sugars down. Like right now, I think I'm at a 5.8, I believe. And I think a 5.6 is the high end of normal, of like no diabetes. I'm like in pre-diabetes right now. And that's from a 9.2. And that's from taking Trulicity for 3 months that I was completely sick. That was really bad. I was sick the whole entire time. With Mounjaro, when I started that in March, I was sick a little bit at the beginning, but nothing like Trulicity. It's a lot of nausea, bloating, sulfur burps for like a few days. It's gotten a little bit better. I was only on 2.5 for March, April, May. For 8 months, almost probably 8 months, because I started Mounjaro the 5. This is my second one this month, I believe. So like, it took a while, but in that time I'm trying to build habits so I can get off of this stuff, because I would not, if I had to do this just for weight loss, if I could do it, I'd have to be extremely disciplined. It is really hard. And for me, it's really hard, period, because of a lot of the health issues I have. But oh Lord, if I didn't have the health issues I have, there's no way I would take this. It's just, I don't know. I think everybody reacts to it differently. I don't think everyone gets all the side effects, but I just don't like it. I don't like being like nauseated all the time and having headaches, because when I switched to the 5, oh Lord, the headaches were unbearable that first week. Now I'm fine. See, like, that's the thing. After a while, the side effects do go away. Well, except for Trulicity didn't go away for me. Other people are fine on Trulicity. That's what I was told. That Ozempic is the one that has the most side effects usually, I believe. So they kind of started Trulicity because it's supposed to be like the one that people tolerate the best. Not true for me. So like I say, it's up to, between you and your doctor and all the things, but it's something that it does help. But I'm just praying and believing the Lord that I can get down to keep it at this 5.8 for, a good long time, because I will see I think I see my endocrinologist next March, April, May. I don't know if it's around there. It's 6 months from the last time, so it might be April or May when I do my next A1C check with her. So I'm hoping by then I can bring it down and do it like good in the middle of like no diabetes, so that I can eventually wean off of this and not have to take any of it. And maybe like if I have to, I may have to take oral medication for a while, like I kind of get down to that, and then I can get my diet good. The problem I'm having, I don't eat enough. Part of it's the medication. You're full a lot, and with the nausea and all this stuff, it's really hard. It's a really hard situation to be in. But I've gotten in that habit for a very long time, where I don't eat the right amount of food, not so much that I'm eating bad food, I'm just not eating enough. Like, I eat dinner most of the time. I rarely eat breakfast or lunch. The last couple of days, let's see, I'm trying to remember when me and yesterday, today, me and my husband went out to eat yesterday. We went to Chili's and we got some burgers, and it was really good. That was for lunch. And then today we ate at Bolton's in Santa Fe. It's a bagel shop, and they do have like big sandwiches. They do bagels, they do pastries, and then they have sandwiches and like breakfast and different things like that down in like downtownish area of Santa Fe. It's really good. My brother-in-law works there. The people are really great there. It's really good. Me and my husband both had a chicken salad with sriracha mayo, which I'm not supposed to really have mayo, but I tried it, on a green chili bagel. It was good. Really good. But we had that today, and I had some coffee. So this is like my second cup of coffee today, because I couldn't have anything this morning. So by the time I had coffee, it was already like noon, which is really weird. That's why I'm having it's probably like, I don't know, 6 o'clock. Okay, it's not 4:50 p.m. It's not too bad, I guess, but it's already getting dark and it feels like way later. So I think I've been all over the place on this video already, but the surgery didn't get done. It will be postponed. I don't know when. I'm really thinking that I'm going to try to get that done next year, because I do have another appointment with this surgeon, an orthopedic surgeon, on Thursday for my left wrist and elbow, and I don't know about anything with the fingers, but for like carpal tunnel and cubital tunnel surgeries, because I'm at moderate of carpal tunnel according to the nerve test I had. The one I've had surgery on everything, carpal tunnel, cubital tunnel, trigger finger release surgery on my right. I never had the nerve test prior to those surgeries years ago, but I'm at mild carpal tunnel now with the surgeries. So he said right now, the nerve test guy said that moderate is the place like you want to have surgery then, because if it gets too severe, you're not really going to be able to, I don't know if he said like the nerve repairs itself, or at least it doesn't get so bad that, yeah, the surgery will be there, but the nerve will still be like messed up. I don't know. So I have that. So I have 3 appointments this week. Monday I have one with my primary doctor, which I need to have a list of things that I have to go in there for. So I think I'm going to have to make another appointment really quick after so that I can, get all this taken care of. And then Wednesday I have therapy, and I have an appointment with I think she is I don't know if she's a physician assistant, nurse practitioner, maybe something like that. But she deals with polycystic ovarian syndrome and hormone imbalances. She's based in my hometown, and my cousin goes to see her, and she really liked the treatment that she got, and just like the knowledge that this girl has, and she kind of treats you as a whole, not just here's the medication, here's whatever. And so I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm kind of, sometimes I was thinking about this, and I was even thinking about postponing the surgery myself until after I saw her, because the surgery is to do with some of the stuff that I'm going to see her for. So maybe this was God's plan, and maybe whatever I see her for, maybe that'll help me in this area as well. So that's there. And of course, like I said, this surgeon, I have the carpal tunnel surgery, or a consultation before surgery. And I'm hoping to push that surgery until next year too, because really I don't want any more. I don't want it. I'm like tired of appointments. This year has been insane with all sorts of things. Which I'm glad I'm getting it done. I'm glad that God has provided a way for me to get to the appointments that I need, the specialist, and start really getting the things done that I need to get done. But it's really hard. It's a really hard thing to be at appointments all the time, and I'm just so tired, and it's been taxing on me mentally, emotionally, physically. And then the holidays are around here, and it's been a little over 2 years that my mom's been gone, and it's really hard. This year, we did get together for Thanksgiving at my parents' house. The only one missing was my nephew Jarvis, which was really, really awful. We really missed him, and like I haven't seen him in a long time, and he's 17 now, and it's all the rest of us got to be there. My mother-in-law even went with us, which was awesome. She loved it with the kids, with my brother's little kids, especially the little one in London. They had a blast with art and just talking and playing, and it was wonderful. My dad made the whole meal himself. None of us were supposed to know. I knew, but only because I go with him shopping and stuff. But it was awesome. It was a great time, but it's so hard without my mom. And then my mother-in-law hadn't been to the house in a very long time, so she was going, through the area and looking at all the pictures, because there's pictures up on the walls everywhere. And in the office space that my mom had set up there, we put the pictures up from her dad, my grandpa's funeral, that we had put together, the pictures from some of the family reunions that they've had. What else? Pictures from my tia's funeral, I think are up in there too, which is my mom's aunt, my great aunt, and then my mom's. And so she was looking at all of them, and she saw some pictures like, you look so much like your mom. And as much as like I love that, because it's like, well, of course I look like my parents, and it's good to hear those things. It's really hard at the same time, because it's kind of like I notice now that I'm getting older, I do look more like my mom now, or in pictures that I see, and I'm like, wow, I do. But it was like I didn't get to enjoy that with her, I guess. But nonetheless, it was great to be together with family and everything. And it's just a hard time overall, and I just don't want to put more on myself than I have to. So I'm going to do the appointments I have to do, and then hopefully I can postpone surgeries till next year and just deal with it all then. And hopefully in the meantime I can find some natural ways to, deal with some of this stuff because, you know, hormone problems, perimenopause, whatever this is that's going on, and just autoimmune disease, chronic illnesses, pain, you know, all of this stuff is really hard to deal with. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for all your prayers and your thoughts, and just for being a part of this channel. I truly appreciate it. You know, it keeps me going because this is something that I can't work, and who I was recently just found disabled. And I'm only 46, but with all the stuff going on in my body and everything, it is a relief. I'm grateful to the Lord for that, but at the same time, it's really been hard. You know, that was just a quick update that I want to get up there so that you guys know what's going on. So I did put up a short, I believe, today, and I put up a community post about the, you know, asking for prayers and all that. But yeah, I'm going to try to get some videos done for next week today if I can, at least one more, just in case, because I'm going to be baking some cookies this weekend with the help of my husband, because I have an order in for my friend's neighbor wants some, some peanut butter cookies. So it's going to be a good, I think, 5 dozen or so that he wanted. So it's going to be a fun baking day. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me. And I pray that you have a wonderful evening. And I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless you. Bye.